Welcome back to The Real Story, where I tell you what's really going on, and you don't have to unspin it or dig your way down to see what's really happening. Today you're going to find a really interesting story, I bet. Click the subscribe button and follow so you'll get this every day wherever you get your podcast information or on YouTube. I said this is going to be interesting. Arguably, the most influential person on Wall Street lives 1,200 miles away in Omaha, Nebraska. He lives in the same house that he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Now, if you haven't already guessed, we're talking about Mr. Warren Buffett. What I want to talk about is the real story behind his success. Now, Mr. Buffett made headlines earlier this month at his yearly meeting for Berkshire Hathaway, his company, when he told shareholders he's stepping down as Berkshire Hathaway CEO. Warren Buffett reveals the heartbreaking real reason he's stepping down from Berkshire Hathaway. That was one of the headlines. Warren Buffett is hailed as everything good about American capitalism as he steps down was another headline. So why is he getting such accolades? If you haven't followed him, maybe you're not in the stock market, but it does affect what you pay for everything you buy. Let me give you a quick recap of his unparalleled success. Buffett took over Berkshire Hathaway, which was then a struggling textile company, in 1965. It is now worth almost $1.2 trillion. And it's comprised of insurance, railroad, retail, manufacturing, and energy businesses. Shares have increased 5,502,284%. Let me say that again. His shares have increased over 5 million% from 65 through 24. Compared that to the S&P 500, which has risen 39,054%. Class A shares of Berkshire Hathaway recently reached a record high of 809,350 per share, one share. Now, Buffett's net worth, he's done pretty well himself. He's worth an estimated $156 billion, 156 billion with a B. Now, just to give you an idea of how much money that is, if you made $5,000 a day, every day, $5,000 a day, every day, you'd have $1 million in 6 months. If you made $5,000 a day, it would take you 547 years to have $1 billion. Think how long it would take you to get $156 billion. Now, those numbers are staggering, but those numbers are the result of his greatness. They're not what make him great. Now, why do I say that? The secret to his success, well, I've always said success leaves clues. It's not a mystery, and it's available to every single one of us. Let's just take a look at why he's successful. His wealth has a higher purpose. In fact, you think, well, what do you do with that much money? Well, he promised to donate over 99% of his wealth. So people can say that. It's easy to say, and then when it comes time to do it, they go, well, yeah, maybe I kind of spoke out of turn. I don't think so. So far, he's given approximately $62 billion, mainly through the Gates Foundation and his kids' foundations. In 2010, he co-founded the Giving Pledge, which encourages billionaires to give away most of their wealth during their lifetime or when they die. What else makes him great? He put family first. Buffett says he will put his children in charge of deciding what happens to his money when he dies. Those 4 words, whom I trust completely, is a lesson for every leader, says Jason Aten in this article he wrote for Inc. No greater accomplishment than to raise children who can carry your torch. Now, Buffett's children say he emphasized learning and character development over material wealth. Peter Buffett, for example, chose a different path by selling his Berkshire Hathaway stock to pursue his passion for music. Did his father get upset about that? Absolutely not. He accepted that. He accepted Peter's individual choice and fostered his independent thinking. He's a man of common sense. He once said, rational people don't risk what they have and need for what they don't have and don't need. Now think about that. They don't risk what they have and need for what they don't have and don't need. Sounds pretty simple when you hear it, but how many people violate that? At 94, he knew it was time to step down. He told the Wall Street Journal he started to lose his balance, forget names, could not read newspapers clearly. He admitted that he only started to become old when he turned 90. He was not going to keep his position to stroke his own ego. Buffett said it would have been unfair not to give his successor, Greg Abel, the job, because the more years Abel spends in charge, the better for Berkshire Hathaway.
The time has arrived where Greg should become the chief executive officer of the company at year end.
I have to tell you, I had an opportunity to meet Warren Buffett several years ago and spend some time with him, just kind of one-on-one. No cameras, no interview, no nothing, just had a chance to meet him and visit with him. And he is as authentic as the quotes that describe him. Very unassuming, very warm, very friendly.
Who you associate with is just enormously important, and don't expect that you'll make every decision right on that. I mean, but you are going to you're going to have your life progress in the general direction of the people that you work with, that you admire, that become your friends.
You would never know he was one of the richest people on the globe. Wouldn't know he was one of the most materially successful people, one of the smartest business people in the world. He was kind, he was curious, he was engaging. He was really interesting to be around. It's clear that his success stems from his values, what it means to treat yourself and others with dignity and respect. Wealth alone is not the goal. Look at the rich and famous who misuse their wealth and power, abusing themselves and others. Living a life of purpose is the goal, and Warren Buffett certainly seems to have done that. And if there's ever a real story, this is it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow and subscribe to The Real Story, available on all podcast players and YouTube. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, Dr. Phil here. Your savings are at risk. With the economy on shaky ground, the dollar losing value, and a $2 trillion deficit, things could spiral. Don't wait for the worst. Take control of your financial future now. I trust Preserve Gold to safeguard my accounts, and I urge you to do the same. They're the only precious metals company I recommend. What are you going to do to protect what's yours? Claim your special offer and learn how to reinforce your financial future. Visit drphilgold.com to get your free precious metals guide from Preserve Gold. With gold prices recently breaking records and analysts predicting this trend to continue through 2025, you cannot afford to wait. As a bonus, you can get up to $15,000 with a qualified purchase from Preserve Gold. So don't wait. Visit drphilgold.com today.